Pagkatapos, ituturo ninyo yung 500 flood control projects ng ating present administration. And that is all over the country. Hindi man yan concentrated sa Metro Manila. Gusto ninyo masolusyonan ng ating Pangulong Bongbong. Hindi nga nasolusyonan ni Digong. Trillion yung budget. O, diba? So, kailangan talagang i-review. Kailangan natin ang National Flood Control Plan. Yan ang totoo niyan. But anyway, hindi yan yung topic natin talaga ngayon. Pag-usapan natin yung budget ng DepEd, mga kababayan, kasi yun ang naging topic sa hearing kahapon. Matindi po yung nadiscovery ng ating mga congressmen. May nabuksan po silang can of worms. Umalingasaw yung baho. Matindi pala po ang korupsyon. Mga kababayan sa DepEd, patong-patong yung problemang iniwan po ni Inday. At lahat ito, mga kababayan, involving money. Money, money, money. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. iGlow Serum, whitening po siya. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect before and now. Yung mga inquiries po ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa kanyang Facebook account, Riz Maravillas. Unahin na muna natin, mga kababayan, itong response ng ating gobyerno sa bagyong Enteng, kasi marami naman yung binaha sa Metro Manila and neighboring provinces. And as usual, siyempre, yung mga kalaban ng ating gobyerno, pinagpipiestahan po. Kaliwat kanan na naman po sa pag-atake laban sa ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Nasaan po ngayon yung ating Pangulo? Yung Pangulo po, sige lang ang trabaho. Pakinggan natin yung sinasabi ng ating Pangulo.
Local governments and the general public. Well, pagka may ganito, meron na kaming standard operating procedure dahil sinusunod na lang natin. Of course, the main element here is we are monitoring kung ano ba talaga ang weather situation. And of course, yung flooding. Pero so far, yung problema yung hangin, malakas ang hangin. But unfortunately, pag tinitignan natin yung mga forecast, mas malakas ang bukas dito sa Manila. Bago aakyat, tatawid ng Cagayan, bago so, we are watching it. Ang tinitignan lang natin sa eskwela, syempre iba. The LGUs also make their iba-iba. The LGUs make their own decision with that, except if there is a region-wide assessment na hindi pwedeng sa trabaho naman, ang tinitignan lang namin ay makapunta yung mga empleyado natin makapasok at makauwi. Kasi pag mahirap pag-mass natin sila dun sa so that's what we're watching now. And we're prepared for the aftermath of all of this. As usual, nag-forward placement na tayo ng mga kailangan. We will just have to wait for the weather to see what it will do. Hopefully, umiwas sa atin, but even if it does not, we have all the elements in place to support people na magiging mahihirapan dahil sa pag-intake. So we are just watching it and we are trying to adjust. We leave a lot of the decision-making to the LGUs and to the regional offices because iba-iba ang sitwasyon. So, but as we go on to the rest of the day, wala na pa ako ngayon, we will see. We will try to give the bulletin as early as possible for work and school tomorrow. Ang instruction pa sa kanila, kung maaari, bago tayo matulog, alam na natin kung may pasok. Makapag-adjust naman yun.
Tulungin niyo po bang NDRNC today?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to meet with the
No, they're
NDRNC?
working. Alam mo, that's always my policy. Hindi ko, pagka nasa gitna ng crisis, hindi ko sila tinatawag, nilagtatrabaho sila. Besides, wala naman, they keep reporting naman to me at yung sa specific areas, doon lang naman ang pabago. As a whole, nationwide, region-wide, island-wide, kung ano man ang area na affected, we are monitoring and we will give the advisories as quickly as possible. So, doon kami pumapasok sa national. That's when we come in and make the advisories as to whether or not may pasok sa eskwela, may pasok sa trabaho. Alright? Alright, thank you.
So, yun po yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Hands-on siya. Sabi niya, yung NDRRMC, hindi niya iniistorbo. Pati yung mga local governments. Kasi nagtatrabaho sila. Sila yung nasa frontliners. Pero continuously, nakamonitor ang ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. At regular yung flow ng mga reports sa Palasyo Malacanang. Ina-update lagi yung ating Pangulo. That's may policy. Always may policy. Kasi kung magpaparapa-meeting siya, papatawag niya yung NDRRMC na nagtatrabaho, imbes nagtatrabaho, magmi-meeting sila. Alam naman nila kung ano na yung trabaho. That is standard operating procedure. Tama pa? Ngayon, kung may mga pagkukulang, yun na po, i-address yan ng national government. Doon magpapa-meeting sa assessment ng mga damages, yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa iba-ibang mga agencies ng ating gobyerno para sa support ng national government. Ganun po ang tamang sistema. Ito yung baha sa Antipolo po. Matindi po. Barangay San Isidro, Antipolo, Rizal po siya. Courtesy ng Philippine Star. Yan po, flash flood in Antipolo. Ito, Antipolo pa to. Courtesy naman ng Manila Bulletin. Mga shinare ito ng ating mga netizens. Yan po. Raymond Calios ang nag-share nito. So, kailangan talaga mga kababayan na ma-address yung ating problema sa flooding. At kailangan, sabi ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, ng National Flood Control Plan. Hindi yung previous administrations mga kababayan kasi, walang ganon. Sige lang implement ng mga flood control projects sa bawat lungsod. Isabi ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, kailangan ng national plan. Hindi pa pwede na bawat lungsod may kanya-kanya silang plano. Kasi yung daloy ng tubig po, mga kababayan, wala siyang provincial boundary o regional boundary po. Sabi nga ng narinig ko sa isang urban planner, floods don't stop at political boundaries. So, importante yung national plan para coordinated lahat. Iisa lang yung plano. Ito yung failure ng mga previous administrations. Kaya nasayang po, mga kababayan, yung bilyon-bilyon na pondo. Ito ngayon yung inaayos ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. But, of course, it will take time. Kaya yung mga turo ng turo po ng sisi sa ating Pangulo. Kasi yung Karina po, lumubog tayo. Ngayon naman, lumubog tayo. 2 years pa lang po yung ating Pangulo. Yung 6 years nga po ni Digong, na kung saan mga kababayan, 11,000 plus na flood control projects, yung kanyang inimplement, wala man tayong naramdaman. Tapos hinahanap ninyo yung 5,500 flood control projects ng ating present administration. So 11,000 plus, hindi ninyo inahanap. O diba? Lagi ninyong nakikita yung present administration. Yung pag-implement po ng mga flood control projects, it will take time, years. Yung 6 years nga po ni Digong, wala nangyari. Tapos yung 2 years ng ating Pangulo, hinahanapan ninyo ng solusyon. Ito yung 5-year infrastructure development highlight sa zona ni Digong. July 27, 2021. Ilan yung budget, mga kababayan? 2.5 trillion pesos yung budget sa mga infrastructure projects that includes flood control. O, sabi diyan, for flood prevention, mitigation and control, the DPWH completed a total of 11,340 projects spread all over the country with 7,782 projects in Luzon. That includes in Metro Manila, 1,752 in Visayas, and 1,886 in Mindanao. Malinaw na mga DDS, mas marami yung flood control projects ni Digong, 11,000 plus. May naramdaman kayo? Pagkatapos, ituturo ninyo yung 500 flood control projects ng ating present administration. And that is all over the country. Hindi man yan concentrated sa Metro Manila. Gusto ninyo masolusyonan ng ating Pangulong Bongbong. Hindi nga nasolusyonan ni Digong. Trillion yung budget. O, diba? So, kailangan talagang i-review. Kailangan natin ang National Flood Control Plan. Yan ang totoo niyan. But anyway, hindi yan yung topic natin talaga ngayon. Pag-usapan natin yung budget ng DepEd, mga kababayan, kasi yun ang naging topic sa hearing kahapon. Matindi po yung nadiscovery ng ating mga congressmen. May nabuksan po silang can of worms. Umalingasaw yung baho. Matindi pala po ang korupsyon, mga kababayan sa DepEd. Patong-patong yung problemang iniwan po ni Inday. At lahat ito, mga kababayan, involving money. Money, money, money. Sabi ko sa inyo, pagdating po sa pera, tama yung sabi ng mga congressmen. Si Inday Anya, may dubious records. Dubious track records pagdating sa kwarta. Yan po, COA flags 5.6 billion DepEd feeding program in 2023. Ang daming problema po ni Inday. Patong-patong. Yan pa po. Solon Swan probe into different issues sounding DepEd. Yan pa po. DepEd's 5.69 billion feeding program plagued with missing milk. Moldy Nutribans during Sara's term as Education Secretary. Missing yung mga gatas po. Pati yung mga gatas, hinigo. Nangawala, nag-disappear. Baka niya, Mr. Marabilla, sumama kay Kibuloy sa langit. Sabi ni Inday. Nasaan na niya si Kibuloy? I guess niya na sa langit niya. I have one guess niya na sa langit. Baka mga kababayan, nakasama. Napunta doon sa mansion ni Pacquiao sa langit. Nawala bigla, nag-disappear. Yan pa, irregularity eyed in 8 billion bidding of DepEd laptops. Matindi po. Punong-puno ng anomalya po, mga kababayan. Pero si Inday nag-react na po. Dumipinsa siyempre. Ayan po. Sabi niya, there was no misuse of any funds. There is, however, an unending political attack by the Makabayan Romualdez Marcos alliance to mask the real problem of the country right now. This is the sad plight of the poor and the hungry because of the unabated rise of food prices. Dapat magtrabaho muna bago politika. Nagsalita yung tutok na tutok sa trabaho. Nasa kasagsagan nga mga kababayan ng Inting. Nandun siya sa kingdom ni Pacquiao. Ang kinukomfort niya po, hindi man yung nasasalanta ng baha, dala ni Inting, kundi ang kinukomfort niya mga kababayan, si Pacquiao at yung mga supporters niya. Trabaho daw niya, mga kababayan ito. Sabi niya sa kanyang speech mismo. So, mas kinumfort niya yung pugante mga kababayan at mga supporters kaysa sa mga biktima ni Pacquiao at saka sa mga biktima ng mga kababayan nitong bagyong si Inting. Tapos, sasabihin niya, dapat magtrabaho muna bago politika. Siya yung namumulitika po. Pinuliticize niya yung warrant of arrest kay Pacquiao. You see? But anyway, ibigay ko sa inyo po itong mga kahindik-hindik na kwento mula sa nadiskubring nabuksang can of worms sa DepEd. Yan po. Yung feeding program ng DepEd, mga kababayan, under SARA, puno ng anomalya, plague with missing milk, moldy nutribands. Yun ang nadiscover ng mga taga-kuha po. So, hindi lang po confidential funds yung nalunok. Confidential funds nalunok 11 days po. pati pala mga kababayan, gatas nalunok. Nangawala bigla. Sabi rito, state auditors have reported that the Department of Education's 5.69 billion school-based feeding program for 2023 was plagued with issues including insect-infected or moldy nutribands, unsanitary packaging, rotting food items, and food boxes with questionable manufacturing and expiry dates. Grabe po. Matindi talaga po. Sayang ng pera ng bayan. These issues occurred during the incumbency of Vice President Sara Duterte as DepEd Secretary. The Commission on Audit reported that 21 school division offices across 10 regions in the country reported non-deliveries or delays in receiving nutritious food products and pasteurized milk. Wala man pong diniliber. Tingin ninyo mga kababayan, saan napunta? One such SDO was from Aurora Province, where newly appointed Education Secretary Edgardo Angara is from. State auditors noted that pest insects were found inside Caraban, Milkyban, and Nutriban squash during the inspection of food commodities. Additionally, COA reported that some food items delivered to Bulacan SDO were either rotten, unripe, or crushed. Doon naman sa Misamis Oriental, 1,001 pieces of Nutriban delivered from September 2023 to January 2024 were returned to the suppliers for replacement due to the presence of molds and discoloration on the bread 1 to 2 days before the expiry dates. Matindi po. So yun ang klase po ng ipapakain sa mga bata, mga pa-expire na, mga nabubulok na mga kababayan. Paano hindi bumagsak po sa PISA yung ating mga kabataan pag ganun ang sistema? Di ba? At malamang kasabwat kasi yung mga suppliers. Pinagkakitaan lang po. Kaya ganon. Wala silang paki kung anong klaseng pagkain yung i-deliver. In worse, may mga dapat deliveries mga kababayan na naging kaluluwa. Ghost deliveries. You see? Hindi makita. Hindi makita yung delivery. In Iligan City SDO, yung non-food product deliveries carried dubious markings. Kaduda-duda, dubious. Displaying the expiry dates on boxes as October 29, 2023, while markings on the product showed they were good only until October 26, 2023. Expired na po. COA stated the product contains a manufacturing date which is not easily discernible and misrepresents contrary to the terms of the contract. Hence, the supplier failed to meet the standard of the contract in providing a clear and readable manufacturing date. Kung sino-sino na lang siguro yung kinuwang supplier, importante makakubra. Matindi po, mga kababayan. Tapos ang slogan, mali natin ang Pilipinas. Sabi ko sa inyo, mag-ingat kayo sa mga ganyang tao, sa mga sinungaling na tao. Ito po, kaya nagawa ang ganito po, produkto to ng, ng kasinungalingan. Yung kasinungalingan nila, unti-unti na po na nabubunyag. Ito na ngayon, na-discover na yung mga sinasabing deliveries, nabubulok na pala. At yung iba, mga kababayan, ghost. Ghost deliveries, hindi man po nangyari. So sabi dyan, these irregularities were not limited to Aurora, Bulacan, Misamis Oriental, and Iligan City, but also occurred in Metro Manila, where the Quezon City SDO reported poor food packaging in non-compliance with contract specifications, specifically regarding size and weight. The root crops anya were not individually packed in cling wrap or paper. The weight of 5 food items purchased and distributed was below the prescribed serving size. Tinipid. Pumayat, mga kababayan. Pag pumayat po ang deliveries, ang mga involved sa supplies, yung mga contractor, saka yung nasa likod ng kontrata, yung mismong opisyal, yun ang lumalaki, ang tiyan. Tumataba. Ganon siya po, mga kababayan. 8 kinds of prescribed non-food products or alternatives were substituted with other food products, sabi po ng mga state auditors. The school-based feeding program is a government program that addresses undernutrition among learners in the public school system. It consists of the non-food products that should provide a hot meal or food items, including fruits, eggs, kamote, and nutty bars, along with pasteurized fresh milk. Ay, mali ako. Hindi pala non-food. Mga food yun, nutritious pala. Nutritious food products. Sorry. Mali yung Ba't ba tinawag kong non-food? Na lahat ito food. Tao lang po. Ay, nagduda ko. Bakit ko, sabi ko, paulit-ulit ko sinasabing non-food. Feeding nga po pala to. Ikaw talaga niya, Mr. Maravillas. Gurang ka na. Feeding program, pero non-food yung sinasabi ko. Ang ibig sabihin po, nutritious food products, hindi non-food. Non-food akong non-food. Anyway, butit na biglang nagtaka ako sa mga sinasabi ko para ikako may mali. Nutritious po. Nutritious food products ang ibig sabihin. So, sabi dyan, state auditors also discovered that in at least 10 regions, pasteurized fresh milk was either delivered late or not at all throughout the school year. Wale. Talagang walang diniliver po. Pero sigurado pong nalunok na yung pera. Ayan po ang sigurado dyan. So sabi dyan, COA identified anomalies in the following areas: La Union in Region 1, Ifugao, Benguet in Baguio City, in Cordillera Administrative Region, Mandaluyong City in Pasig City in NCR, Oriental Mindoro in Palawan in Region 4B, Mimaropa, Camarines Sur in Region 5, Bicol Region, Zamboanga City in Region 9, Zamboanga Peninsula, Bukidnon, Valenzuela City, Okmalay-Balay in Region 10, Northern Mindanao, Tagum City in Region 11, Davao Region, South Cotabato in Sultan Kudarat, Region 12, Socsargen, Agusan del Norte, Surigao del Norte, Butuan City, Cabadbaran City in Surigao City in Region 13, Caraga. Several anomalies and irregularities were attributed to months-long delays in signing supply contracts with the Philippine Carabao Center or the National Dairy Authority. Private suppliers were also blamed for late deliveries of milk in NCR, CAR, and Regions 1, 4B, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Even though funding was reportedly released as early as the first quarter of 2023. Confirmed. Nalunok na yung kwarta kasi na-release na po. Sindikato po talaga. Mga kababayan, napasok ng sindikato yung DepEd. Matindi. Na-release na yung kwarta. Oh. Almost 100 million worth of food products have yet to arrive in Camarines Sur SDO, in contracts for milk delivery have not been signed. As of February 14, 2024, nutritious food products totaling to 6,847,234 units, amounting to 98 million plus, remained undelivered. The procurement of milk products was not yet recorded, sabi po ng audit team. Moreover, payment to the supplier was already made in the Palawan SDO, where the delivery of the food supplies. Audit revealed that SDO Palawan paid on December 15, 2022, the full amount, 25 million plus, to the nutritious food purchase despite delayed delivery of goods totaling to 14 million plus per delivery receipts and school inspection and acceptance reports. Matindi po. Nagorgor. Nagorgor po yung pondo. So sabi dyan, COA said the DepEd guidelines on the feeding program had not been followed as some SDOs received full but belated food supplies and milk deliveries, resulting in school giving out double relations of nutritious food products and milk, and even distributing them to students who are not undernourished to avoid spoilage. The delayed implementation of the school-based feeding program was a main result in the non-completion of the full cycle of the feeding program for its targeted beneficiaries. Hence, the maximum benefits for the program may not be attained, sabi po ng COA. So, dumagdag po yung impeachable offense. Corruption, mga kababayan, another corruption and betrayal of public trust. Yan po, mga kababayan, ang abutin nito ni Inday sa pagsingawan, mga kababayan, itong mga anomalies na nadiscovery po sa kanyang incumbency sa DepEd. Now, other than yung sa pagkain po, sa feeding program, pati yung sa laptop, yan irregularity in 8 billion bidding of DepEd laptops. Sabi po dyan, House Assistant Majority Leader in Ako Bicol Party List, Representative Jill Bungalon, exposed what he described as a conspiracy behind the bidding of 8 billion worth of laptops and other related equipment for public schools during the time of Vice President Sara Duterte. At the start of the hearing, kahapon po, Bungalon told DepEd Secretary 1 Edgardo Angara that he may not be able to answer his questions as he would be raising concerns about the procurement of laptops and other equipment for public schools in 2022 and 2023. The burden anya of answering these questions fell on Undersecretary for Procurement Gerard Chan, who has taken over from former Undersecretaries Michael Poa and Gloria Mercado. Ito yung mga tao, si Poa, kasama ni Inday, mga kababayan, sa DepEd. Ngayon, nang mag-resign na siya as DepEd Secretary, ito yung laging nasa likod niya. Dala niya sa Office of the Vice President. Ito yung mga salarin. Mga trustee ni Inday. Sabi ni Bungalon, there is a conspiracy anya that happened here. In this procurement, there was first bidding and rebidding. But the participants were the same bidders. Those involved in the conspiracy are those sitting in the back or bidding in awards committee. And the procurement official supervising them, sabi po ni Bungalon. Bungalon said that based on the bid submitted during the first bidding, there was a price variance of 24%, meaning the government stood to save at least 1.6 billion. Upon Bungalon's prodding, Chan explained that the first bidding failed because the bidder submitted incomplete documents. As for the price variance, yung pagkakaiba sa presyo, Chan said the bidding participants maybe corrected their documents and price might have changed. Chan promised to submit all documents pertaining to the procurement of the 8 billion worth of laptops. So, binago nila yung presyo. Pag binago po yung presyo, ang ibig sabihin niyan, nagtungpats. Yan man lang po. Kaya sabi ko sa gobyerno, sabi ko sa inyo mga kababayan, sa gobyerno, hindi man po tumatawad, pumapatong. Ayaw nila ng mura. Gusto nila mahal. Mura yung actual na presyo. Pero yung payment dapat doble, triple. Triple na sa actual na presyo. Ganon po ang sistema. Yon ang nadiscover sa DepEd, mga kababayan. Patong-patong na tungpats. Tungpats na, patong-patong pa. Kaya po, papaimbestigahan. Tuloy-tuloy ang investigasyon, mga kababayan ng Congress. Ayan po, Solon Swan probe into different issues hounding DepEd. Kaya lalo nitong iinit yung ulo ni Inday. Sasabihin niya, pinagkakaisan siya ng sabuatang Makabayan Black and Romualdez. Pinopolitika siya. Ipaliwanag mo kasi ng maayos. Bakit ito ganito? Bakit may mga missing na deliveries ng gatas? Milyon-milyon. At iba nabubulok na ng mga pagkain. At ito pa, yung laptops, biglang nagbago yung presyo. Yes, sabi dito po sa balita, during Monday's deliberations of DepEd proposed 2025 budget, ACT Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro, ako Bicol Party List Representative Raul Angelo Bungalon, and Batangas Representative Gervi Luistro separately called for investigation due to different revelations on procurement problems when Vice President Sara Duterte was still leading the department. Luistro's call, meanwhile, was accompanied by a subpoena on all bidding documents since 2022 regarding DepEd's computerization program, which have been hounded by significant delays in procurement and delivery, an issue pointed out by the Commission on Audit. The subpoena will include certifications from end users that they received the information in communication technology or ICT materials, plus feedback from teachers who may have complained about the state of the computers, laptops, and smart television sets. Bungalon meanwhile raised concerns over a possible conspiracy as bidding procedures for the ICT materials were repeated even if the original prices in the first bidding were more advantageous to the government. Kasi yung dating bidding, tama na sana. Kasi mababa yung presyo. Nag-rebid para taasan yung presyo. Baliktad po. Ang bidding po para makamura, hindi para taasan yung presyo. Baliktad yung ginawa ng DepEd. Mababaan niya yung presyo ninyo. Mahinaan niya. Cancel. Magparibid tayo. Ang dapat na magbid dito, yung doble yung presyo. Ganon yung nangyari, mga kababayan. So with all these anomalies, mga kababayan, makikita na po ninyo, maaninag na ninyo yung writings on the wall. Malamang ikasa talaga ng Congress yung impeachment laban kay Inday. Kaya kung ma-impeach po si Inday, deserve. Tama ba? Pag na-impeach si Inday, mga kababayan, Shiminit niya, Mr. Maravillas? She may not be able to run for president or any position in government kasi disqualified na siya. Shiminit. Iyakan yan, yung mga nausog. Sisirko-sirko sila sa sama ng loob. Sa mga naghanap ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. We also offer Grab Car Rental with our brand new 2023 model ng Toyota Innova. We also accept booking for those who are planning to travel via PAL, Cebu Pacific, and other airline companies, local and international, and bills payment for Meralco Bills, PLDT, Aleco Bills, etc. Ang Colossal Fitness Gym is located at 3rd floor Security Bank Building, Landco Business Park, Legazpi City, Albay. For inquiries, look for Chilon Maravillas. Contact number 0966-802-0949. Yan yung aming Innova. Lagi na pong matao sa amin. Pati mga foreigners po, tingnan ninyo. Mga British tourists sila. Ang lalaki ng katawan na, mga kababayan, nag-gym sa amin. Ito naman po, Indian National. Ito mga mga European sila. Ito naman yung bago naming product na binibenta online, iGlow Serum. Whitening po siya galing sa South Korea. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect entrepreneur, Riz Maravillas. For inquiries, look for Riz Maravillas on FB. Ito naman po, Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapahid po ito sa mga pulses and affected area. Mainam po ito sa mga pains at paninigas na mga kasukasuan. Ito po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application. Anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Nengxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Hindi man po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry may anti-cancer properties. Yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos po, ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.